So they finally admit it. The Puritan media finally admits that the industry itself is collapsing for comics. Took them long enough to admit that. And Diamond, well, it's not looking too good for them, seeing that they are laying off staff. Ooh, we got a lot to cover today. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, as much as the media has tried to defend comics for so long now, for years, it's finally come to their realization, oh, well, comics might be falling apart. Now, you have Screen Rant here. They have an article talking about how the issue that I can't talk about isn't going to kill comic book superheroes. Now, they're right in terms of it not killing superhero comic book characters. They won't die. You'll see them in many different forms of media still going onward. Like, you'll see movies and shows with them. But where they're wrong is the fact that comics itself, yes, that could be the end-all, be-all in that form. So that form of media may go because, as we've talked about, on and off, the comic book industry's been collapsing. It is just falling apart. And with the issue that's going on that I can't talk about, it's made it worse. I would have told you that it probably would have had a few years left before the comic book industry completely collapsed and was done with. But, of course, what's going on has really accelerated that rate. And I think it'll be a surprise if the comic book industry survives through the year. I wouldn't be shocked if it falls by the end of the year, considering everything that's going on, Diamond shutting their doors, and, you can tell by the people they've hired over Marvel and DC, these comic book writers, these artists, they don't care. That's the thing. Them going on Twitter all the time, talking about, how they hate the Orange Man or their politics or whatever, and then attacking fans that don't agree with them, they don't care. And it's a shame, but that's what the industry's become. It's not about making good quality entertainment anymore. To them, it's about what agendas they can push. Because they don't care about making money, and clearly you can tell they don't. It's obvious. It's a claim being made more and more, but allow us to be clear, no, the issue I can't talk about isn't going to end the superhero genre. The issue has brought the world screeching to a halt, having a particularly pronounced impact on the entertainment industry, with the global box office largely shut down. To illustrate how dramatic a loss that may truly be, in 2019, Disney was the first studio in history to surpass $10. Wait a minute. Is that a typo? That doesn't sound right. $10? No. That's gotta be a typo. Wait, what? In the global box office in 2020, there is informed speculation that the issue-induced stock crash means they could be acquired by Apple. It's the perfect indication of just how much the world is changing as a result of the issue. And see, here's the thing. Nobody ever said anything about the superhero genre being ended because of this. The issue is that comics will die because of this. That's the problem. It's not that the superhero genre will be ended. You can continue superhero genre through shows and movies. That's why I'm saying, say comics does collapse. Say the industry completely falls. Let's say it's done. Completely extinct, right? You will still see these characters like Captain America, Iron Man, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You'll see these characters in shows and movies. So that's not the problem. It's the problem that the comic book industry would be collapsing. And it's funny because the New York Times, Puritan website, by the way, can comic books survive the current era? They're going on about questioning whether it may be the end of comics. They're finally coming full circle and saying, oh, well, it might actually be the end after all, which a ton of us have been talking about for a long time now. Comic book superheroes are used to finding themselves in life or death situations and fighting back against seemingly impossible odds. But who can they turn to when comic books themselves are imperiled? Like every other business that has been upended by the issue I can't talk about, comic book publishing, a wellspring of material for countless hit films and TV shows, is in considerable jeopardy. In recent weeks, the industry has been throttled at every juncture. Comic store owners have shuttered their shops, and distribution of the new titles has been frozen. Writers and artists continue to produce work, not knowing how or when readers will be able to see it. And that's the thing with Diamond Comics, with them shutting their doors, because Diamond, which we're going to talk about more in just a bit, but to briefly talk about this for a second, with Diamond being a monopoly, which is a very bad thing, that's what ends it. Whenever they said, hey, look, we're done, we're shutting it, well, that's not going to help them. That's why Marvel and DC are trying to find other outlets, other ways to try to get these books out, because without Diamond, they have no way to get them out there, and that's going to end a lot of comic book stores because no revenue will be coming in that way for them, and then how are they going to pay their rent, right? Which is going to make many of them continue to shut down, which it's very sad to see. The dollars at stake are substantial. In recent years, sales of comics and graphic novels in the United States and Canada have topped $1 billion annually, with print and comic books accounting for more than a third of that figure, according to analytics by Comicron and ICB2. Sites that track the comic business, digital sales contribute about $100 million to that total. Now, we don't know that. Okay, so here's a big thing. Digital comics, we don't know how much they actually make because there is no outlet that tells us exactly how much they make. We can't say that they make $100 million. So, unless there's something that deliberately comes out and states, it makes $100 million or more, we can't say that. Besides, as someone who's a comic book fan and who has friends that I've talked to and acquaintances, they like physical copies more than they do digital. Same with myself. I like physical more than I do digital. So I don't know that that's accurate. I don't think that that's right. But I could be wrong, but I don't think that's right. But now, neither the people who make comic books nor the veteran observers of this industry see a quick solution. They cannot predict whether the current calamity will eradicate only some stores and publishers or an entire decades-old model of doing business. I do think that this is an extinction-level event, said Heidi McDonald, editor of The Beat, a comics culture website. It's life-changing for everyone. This is a whole industry that lived on very thin margins. There's no port in the storm. So you see, they're finally admitting to it. They're finally admitting that the comic book industry could die soon. And we've been saying this for a while. We've been saying this for a while. Many of us have that have reported on this, have talked about how bad it's gotten within the industry, how the comic book pros look down on the fans, how they, treat them awful, call them istin-phobes if they don't agree with them. I mean, they don't care about the fans. They don't care about good quality comics, and you can clearly tell by the way they've acted. I mean, it just shows you how far the comic book industry has fallen, and it's just absolutely depressing. But while we're on the topic of talking about comics at the same time, we do need to talk about Diamond now. Now, when we look at Diamond is now announcing furloughs to combat the issue I can't talk about. Now, so there's layoffs. I mean, this isn't looking good. Diamond has already had the issue of basically stating that, oh, hey, look, we cannot pay the vendors for a while, and we're going to halt everything. We're going to halt shipments. And, as I stated, with this being a monopoly, since the 90s, this has been one of the biggest problems for the comic book industry because Diamond, with all the vendors out there, Diamond's been the one to distribute the comics to the stores. So, guess what? When you have this stop, the monopoly, well, then everything comes crumbling down. It all falls. And that's why DC, Marvel, and all the others are trying to find ways to get their books out there however they can now because Diamond closed its doors. Jeppy Family Enterprises, the parent company of Diamond Comic Distributions, announced Monday it is furloughing some employees as a means to protect our company's financial failure and preserve jobs. See, they're broke. They're broke. That's what this means. This is what I've stated. They're broke. Beginning Monday, all impacted workers currently enrolled in a company health benefit plan will continue to receive coverage, with Jeppy Family Enterprises paying 100% of the premium during the furlough. I mean, that's a big impact. That's a very big impact. I mean, like I said, they're broke. That's what that tells you. And so the following announcement follows. As you know, the issue is having a dramatic impact on businesses around the globe, and unfortunately, Diamond is no exception. As a result, we have made the difficult decision to furlough some employees. This was not a decision we made lightly, and we only do so to protect our company's financial future and preserve jobs. We have taken several steps already to mitigate our financial exposure, including delaying payment to publishers, extending vendor payment terms, and significantly reducing executive compensation. Yeah, this means, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we aren't paying our bills. You're getting what you're getting, and that's about it, which you would never be able to do. You wouldn't be able to go off and say, oh, hey, I'm not going to pay things. That wouldn't work that way. But since it's a monopoly, it's a little different. They have to basically say, hey, vendors, you're getting what you're getting. That's about it. It is our goal that on the other side of this crisis, our furloughed employees will return to their roles. Well, here's the problem with that. Keyword being it is our goal, meaning probably won't happen. I mean, that's how that works. It's sad, but that's how stuff like this works. The furlough period begins today, April 13th, and all impacted workers currently enrolled in one of the group's health, vision, and or dental insurance plans will maintain coverage. During the furlough period, we will pay 100% of the cost of the premium, both employer and employee contributions. Well, I'll give them that. At least they're doing that much. But still, not looking too good. Especially with Diamond closing their doors and everything. This is not looking good. While the furlough is in effect, a number of individuals will continue working in business critical roles and in preparation for when we are able to resume distribution of a new product. For our retailer partners, reorders of in-stock Diamond products can still be ordered for direct shipments via Diamond's retailer services website. Please continue to consult our issues updates page for an ongoing list of resources available to retailers during this crisis. As a company and an industry, we will navigate what lies ahead, and we are committed to emerging and thriving on the other side of the crisis. We look forward to the day when we are able to be together again and resume the weekly distribution of new product. Yeah, and that's the thing. Many people are very upset with this. DC and Marvel are already talking about how they may just, break up their exclusivity deal with Diamond. And some people are telling them to just go to digital. And here's the thing, looking at it, they're going to have to come up with something because, if they don't, losing comic book stores, for example, comic book stores, with that's going to just destroy the industry even further. And, say they come up with some kind of digital deal, like how Shonen Jump has that, what was it, $2 a month deal, which I do have that. It's a great deal. Excellent deal for everything in their library they've ever had. Fantastic. If Marvel or DC could do something for that, that'd be great. But, $4, almost $5 a comic. No, they have to do something else. And, losing comic book stores, that's going to be an even greater impact on the industry to further their collapse. So, they got to do something. Otherwise, it's over. And, the industry has done this to themselves. That's the big thing. The industry, had they actually been making good comics, had, they not attacked fans, things would have been different. But, that's the thing. It's finally come to the point where the media is finally starting to see that comic books are collapsing. They finally admit it after all this time, and it's about time they finally did, too. But anyways, check out Ethan Van Sciver's CyberFrog 2 Rekt Planet. He has extended it for another 30 days. It has 5,235 backers as of the recording of this video and has crowdfunded $612,643. So be sure to get your copy of CyberFrog while you still can. You have 30 days as of the recording of this video. So be sure to check it out. Link is in the description down below. But anyways, Let me know what you all think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you are still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed. Also be sure to share it on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.